since God is the one that instituted marriage,
Mm-hmm.
he did it for the sake of human flourishing.
Right.
He wants us to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's part of the job of this broadcast,
Yeah.
to show people how powerful, how important it is
Yeah.
to have a functional marriage whereby you can flourish and
Mm-hmm.
prosper as a result.
Yeah.
And when you're under that covenant of God
Mm-hmm.
like that, well, that's the result of it if we do it the right way.
Yeah. So let me ask you a couple of questions. I'm gonna put my co-host hat on because you also had to reset.
Hmm.
Mom passed away about 8, almost 9 years ago now.
Hmm.
And that was a major reset on your part. So how did you having to reset, how does it reflect why you want to do this for people?
Well, because I understand the joy of a long lasting, healthy relationship
Mm-hmm.
that was built over 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the value of that marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have that kind of value,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of successful. Now, our marriage was a great joy. It was a
Mm-hmm.
great success. Of course, when Renee passed away, I had to go through a process for like 3 years
Mm-hmm.
of just sort of gathering myself again. And I want people to understand that if you ever get a hold of something that is not only valuable,
Mm-hmm.
but you've gotten great benefit and great joy out of it,
Mm-hmm.
well, naturally, you want to share that with other people and other couples.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, in recent years, you know, we're talking about divorces on the rise and all kinds of dysfunction. COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
and that really caused a relationship epidemic, if you will.
Yeah.
Just negative things happen
Mm-hmm.
as a result of people having to stay home with each other, and
Mm-hmm.
it just uncovered a lot of dysfunction. And one day, Cindy and I were in a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there, and all of the speakers for the conference were getting ready to just share their outline, what they're going to do. I was getting ready to share mine. She wanted me to do something on marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to share mine, and all of a sudden, I got this download.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me like less than 5 minutes to write it out. And instead of sharing what I thought I was going to share,
Mm-hmm.
I got a revelation just based on the marriage of 38 years
Mm-hmm.
and how different we were. Well, the difference factor came about.
Mm-hmm.
I, I have my manuscript already in place. I wrote all of that out. And what I'm discovering is that the success of that relationship, everybody should experience the level of success that I experienced for 38 years. And
Mm-hmm.
then after 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I get a word,
Mm-hmm.
and then I begin to pursue Dr. Cindy Trim. And what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
is I'm carrying that level of joy and success
Mm-hmm.
into this relationship. So I've matured, she's mature,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm wanting to work these principles
Yeah.
in this marriage and then share what works with other people
Yeah.
that may not have had the level of success that I've had. And of course, when you get married, she was 60, I was 62.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get married at that age, you need to come in with a certain amount of maturity,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still a process of learning each other.
Mm-hmm.
So she was successfully single. I was successfully married. When we merged our lives together, we had something that was pretty much established
Mm-hmm.
based on the success of our past status.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. The
and it work
foundation.
and it works. It works well. So I with this podcast, what I want to do, I want to share success
Hmm.
in relationships, and that's the most important thing.
How to be successful.
So she had the reset.
Hmm.
I had the reset.
Hmm.
I didn't take anything from the old relationship into the new.
Yeah.
I treated her just like, I'm just getting to know you now.
Hmm.
I don't have any expectations of you trying to be like what I came out of. It's a
Yeah.
whole new day.
Hmm.
It's a whole new deal.
Hmm.
And so it's an adventure along the way.
Yeah, I love the different dynamics here because you're coming from a place of success in marriage. Then you're coming from a place of being a widower.
Hmm.
Now I'm coming from a place from a sense of failure in marriage,
Yeah.
being a divorcee, and then also coming from a place of now being single. So those dynamics alone, it has
Yeah.
such a richness of information.
Yeah.
Being in multiple spaces
Yeah.
and being able to speak from those multiple spaces.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about what we're doing.
And at the end of the day, I think the devil wish he would have left all of us
You
alone.
know, he should have. He would have been better
If he
off.
knew
Yep.
what was going to come out of
Yep.
this,
Yep.
well, of course, what is happening now is that we are sharing the benefits
Hmm.
of what the enemy meant for evil.
Yep.
God turned into our good.
I would do it all over again too. So who would you say relationship reset is for?
Relationship reset is for anybody that's in any relationship.
Hmm.
And the reason, see, we're targeting relationships because this is where the problem lies with most people. We teach people how to relate to themselves.
Hmm.
We teach people how to relate to God first,
Yeah.
then themselves,
Hmm.
and then others.
Hmm.
So it's for anybody that wants to grow in the area of relationships. They want
Yeah.
to grow in confidence. They want to grow in being somebody that is functional.
Hmm.
They want to grow in maturity. All of these things stem from understanding how to grow in a relationship. If you know how to grow and benefit from a relationship,
Hmm.
we said this earlier,
Hmm.
things just seem to fall in place.
Yeah.
And relationships, are not only purposeful, but they're principle driven.
Hmm.
There are certain rules that if you follow the principles
Yeah.
that's laid out,
Hmm.
in scripture specifically, then you cannot help but have a
Mhm.
successful relationship.
Yeah.
But so that's what it's for. Anybody that's in a relationship, and we deal with people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Married, single, divorced, thinking about getting married,
Yeah.
counseling for people that are newlyweds. And I strongly recommend that people stay in counseling and therapy.
Hmm.
Now, as time goes on, you don't have to be in it as often,
Yeah.
but it's important for people to understand that now that you're married,
Hmm.
do what you do with your car. Keep the oil change.
Right. Maintain it.
Yeah, do maintenance
Hmm.
because relationships need maintenance just like a house and anything else that we have.
And it also goes to show that it's for everybody because who's not in a relationship? Even the
Exactly.
relationships you don't want to be in, that's still a relationship.
Exactly.
And if you are one of those people who say, well, it's me, myself, and I'm the only one, I don't have no friends, I don't need no friends, but you're also in a relationship. You're in a relationship with yourself.
Yeah. And the issue is we grow in how's it go? Company,
Hmm.
not in isolation.
Right.
We grow in relationships.
Hmm.
We don't grow when we're by ourselves.
Right.
Our growth is stunted when we, are reclusive.
It's how we are designed.
We're
We
not.
are
Yeah,
relational
we're designed to be
individuals.
social.
Totally.
So it's a benefit all around.
Yeah.
You can't get so frustrated and so angry with people that I ain't got no friends. I don't want no friends. I don't
Mhm.
hang with nobody. That's not
It's hurt.
that's not
You
a good
hurt.
report.
Come on,
That's
a
not a good
relationship
report.
reset.
So yeah, they just need to reset.
Right.
People with church hurt, reset.
Mm-hmm.
When you start seeing people walk off their jobs with job hurt,
Mm-hmm.
we got a problem
Right.
then.
That don't happen though.
I don't hardly see that.
No, job hurt. No, that don't
But we
happen.
expect, them folk to act crazy because they're the world. But we don't expect. Listen, hurt is
Yeah.
hurt is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just saying that
It's for everybody.
we want people to know how to have proper relationships
Mm-hmm.
across the board. We want to be able to bring in guests that can relate to people. People can relate to them
Yeah.
when it comes to the podcast. But we want to be able to reach, and with the technology today, we can reach beyond our local
Mm-hmm.
residents, and this goes all over the world. And we want to influence and strengthen relationships. We want to bring stability to our community
Mm-hmm.
by strengthening marriage and relationships.
Yeah.
So that's what we look to make happen, and it is happening. We got some great guests coming.
Yeah.
And from time to time, we'll
I'm
have
excited.
family, have Dr. Cindy Trim Tomlinson. She's going to.
I will always forever love the family dialogue.
Yeah, that's great, and folk are going to see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we want to do. The way this podcast is different
Mm-hmm.
is that we have a unique setup called Daddy Daughter Duo,
Yeah,
or someone said
that is different.
Daddy Daughter Dynamic Duo,
Daddy daughter duo.
whatever. 4 D's. And that's rare.
But I think it also has a wealth of information, not just experience, but yes, we've experienced a lot of things, but also we are also in the field of counseling. We're also in the field of therapy, and mom's in the field of psychotherapy.
Yeah.
So I think there's knowledge and there's experience combined. And I think that's what makes it so powerful, because we've walked through some things, we've made it through some things, and we've also learned and got an education about some things as well.
Yeah. And it's been a learning experience, and some things I prefer to learn by way of knowledge, experience, or by wisdom, I should say.
Right.
Experience is a good teacher, is not the best, but there are some things that help us along the way in life.
Yeah.
Just based on, we know it personally now.
Yeah.
We know what it feels like. We know what it looks like.
Yeah.
We know what to expect. And it's all about using our mistakes, missteps, brokenness to help other people get on the right path to wholeness.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. So that's what this podcast is about. Bringing people into relational wholeness across the board.